your local marketing wannabe guru with a public service announcement, which is you cannot scale and maintain efficiency, generally speaking. As a rule, you can't scale and maintain efficiency. So if you have well-performing campaigns and you want to scale those campaigns, the efficiency of those campaigns is going to decrease as you scale. It's just like going to the gym, trying to put on muscle. Not that I've ever done that, but so I've read. You can either bulk up or cut in, right? You're either trying to put on mass or you're trying to cut in. You can't do both at the same time. They're diametrically opposed practices. You can't scale up a campaign and maintain efficiency. This isn't even a marketing truism or Google Ads truism. This is an economic truth. Now, you might say, well, wait a minute, dude, I've done this in the past. I've added budget and maintained, more or less the efficacy of the campaign. Fine. But that means that you weren't scaling to a degree that was impacting your market. So if you think of the efficiency of your campaign as a bell curve, right? And a bell curve, it's at its peak efficiency in the center, and then as you traverse outside of that bell curve, it begins to decrease in efficiency. That's why it's shaped like a bell. If you were able to scale and maintain efficiency, all that means is that you were a very small fish in a very big pond that is the available market. And so you weren't scaling enough to exceed the limits or the width of the peak efficiency piece of your bell curve. I hope that's well described. The issue that we run into, and the reason I'm making this video is because we just lost a client, and a member of my team goes, every nightmare client we have thinks you can scale and maintain efficiency. And I'm like, I am a man on a mission now. I shall jump on my soapbox and explain to the world why this is impossible. So I'd like to take this out of the Google Ads sphere because it's not a Google Ads problem, it's an economic problem. So imagine for a moment that you sell cornflakes. And because you sell cornflakes, you need corn, right? So you buy a bunch of corn, and the analogy here, by the way, the corn being the inventory that you need, take that idea, put it on a shelf. You buy cornflakes, or you buy corn to make cornflakes. Bam, that's your business. Within the realm and confines of Google Ads, what you're buying from Google is visibility. It's users. You're actually buying people in a really weird way when you think about it. You're buying eyeballs, right? So the users are the corn. Google's inventory, what Google sells you are people. So Google is selling you the visibility available to them via the media network that they've built. So corn, people. Got it? Good. Put digital back aside. We're back on our corn. You create cornflakes in this hypothetical analog example. You buy corn to make cornflakes. Then you go sell cornflakes and make money. That would be your ROI, right? Or your MER. As you increase your efficiency in selling, you're like, oh my goodness, this is working great. I'm making so much money. I need to sell more cornflakes. Well, what do I do to sell more cornflakes? I need more corn. So then you go back to the store you bought the corn from and you say, hey, I need all your corn. And they're like, all right, dude, but that's fine. But we have other people that want corn here. Like, you can't have all the corn. And you're like, but I need it because I have to make my cornflakes because I'm selling the cornflakes. And they're like, okay, cool. Incidentally, this is an organic ecosystem. We're all good capitalists in theory. And there's 2 or 3 other people going, well, hold on. I've got a restaurant and I need corn for my restaurant. So I'll pay you. What is he paying you? I'll pay you 10 cents more for about a bushel of corn. Just give me some of that corn. And then another person is like, well, wait a minute. I sell New England clam chowder. I don't know. I'm running out of corn things. I shouldn't have gone with the corn analogy. I should think this through more when I hit record. You know what I'm saying? So now what just happened to the price of corn? It went up. Who did that? You did. You increased the price of corn by trying to scale. And then your attempt at scaling caused this little domino effect where everybody else is like, well, wait a minute, I need corn. And they're all going to bid up the corn. And then the more you scale, now you're not just at this store, you're at the store, you go to the grocery store next door, and then you go to like the Costco and the bulk buy and whatever. You become the what would you say? You become the catalytic event that sets off an upward price spiral that incidentally is now not simply dependent upon you stopping your campaigns. Because now what you've done is you've put other people into a position where you've domino affected their entire assembly line, basically, when it comes to them, buying their corn. So now that those things have been impacted, what's really interesting about these is they can be runaway trains. We've seen that inside of campaigns. So you're growing your cornflake business, in order to do that, you need to buy corn. Corn will get more expensive the more you need it. That's supply and demand. Simple economics, Adam Smith stuff here, right? So, analog example. Hopefully, we've all accepted this horribly. I should just stop recording and quit, but I'm not going to because I have more videos to shoot today. We're here, right? You're with me. Bam, put this aside. Digital back. You're buying visibility. Google knows, whatever you sell. You sell rocking chairs. And Google knows that people who buy rocking chairs are in a bell curve, right? Right smack dab in the middle of people who buy rocking chairs are old World War II veterans, right? They love to rock and just tell the old World War II story. I don't know if you watch those documentaries, I'm obsessed with them, but there's always a dude in a rocking chair. The problem is we're running out of old World War II veterans. God bless them. Which means there's a limited number of them. And so you're selling your rocking chairs, and you're like, oh man, these rocking chairs are crushing it. Let's go sell more rocking chairs. Hey, Google, I need to sell more rocking chairs. Let me spend more money, get in front of more of these World War II veterans. Google's like, dude, I've only got so many of these guys, and the Discovery Channel's on one line beating me down because they want to, put the documentaries, and Tom Clancy's on the other because they love to read Tom Clancy books, and there's only so much visibility, and so the price starts to go up. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go outside the what's the bell curve? Who else buys rocking chairs? Well, sassy Southern ladies who drink tea. They don't buy them as well as old World War II veterans, but they do buy rocking chairs. And then on this side, we've got fathers whose daughters are out on dates, right? They just sit on the porch with a shotgun, rocking. And again, not as good as the old World War II veterans, but each of them is hyper proficient, but you're traversing outside the center of the bell curve now. And you're also putting yourself in a position to where, as you buy more of that traffic, the people that are, Lipton is bidding on the tea ladies, and then I'm not going to say who's bidding on the dads. Smith & Wesson is bidding on the dads, and we're all increasing the costs of this traffic because you're growing, you're scaling, which means you cannot maintain the efficiency you have when you try to scale. Now, can you scale up and then get efficient? Yes. Yes, you can. You should. You should. It's a lot like that bulk up, cut in, bulk up, cut in, right? You bulk up and then you cut in. So I'm not saying that efficiency goes away forever, but I'm saying you cannot scale a campaign. And scale in this particular context is just defined by grow to a degree that would impact your market, right? Again, you can grow when you're right smack dab in the middle of that bell curve. That just means that you're not very big when compared to your market. But when you're trying to scale and impacting your market, the efficiency of your campaign is going to decrease. It's like I said, it's an economic axiom, and I'm making this video also so that we can send it to potential clients or maybe even problem clients. If you got this video from a client manager, account manager, then you know what you did. You know what you did, and it's okay. We all do that, but just watch yourself. That's all I'm saying. Just kidding. I love you. Thank you for being a client and giving me money. And I think I did it, sort of. I got the point across. Not well. This wasn't elegant. But it was, it's free. It's free content. You're welcome. And I'm rooting for you. I shoot a video every day. I hope you subscribe. If you disagree with anything I said, keep it to yourself. I'm just kidding. No, drop it in the comments. Let's have a conversation about it. I'd love to go back and forth and, maybe you know something I don't, or you have a better analogy for the corn. I thought the rocking chair piece was good, though. For having been extemporaneous, I thought I did okay there. Thank you to everybody who puts up with me. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Diversity is resilience. Phenomenal quote by Juan Pablo Quiñones, who's a survivalist. Which you might think to yourself, like, what could a survivalist teach me about Google Ads? But for real, first of all, you hear that fool's name? Like, if he came for you, it's over. It's over. Played by a young Antonio Banderas, obviously.